Hello friends, it's Angelina and Dima here from Hikenture World, and in this video we're going to make a comparison of two inflatable sleeping pads similar in price and features. Forclaz MT500 Air
and Hikenture Camping Sleeping Pad.
We have been using the Hikenture Sleeping Pad for many years now, and this Forclaz pad we just recently purchased. So we're going to look at and discuss their main differences, advantages and disadvantages. And in particular we're interested to see how different they are in their production quality and comfort characteristics. And at the end we'll share which of these two sleeping pads we prefer for ourselves. So keep on watching to find out all the details.
So we bought this Forclaz MT500 sleeping pad while traveling, when our old Hikenture pad began to deflate. The same exact situation happened with our first Hikenture sleeping pad, because of mold building up inside, caused by accumulated moisture when inflated by mouth. But we realized that it happened after many years of use, so it can be really considered a disadvantage. And if using the simple air pump, it can be avoided. All in all, Hikenture held up great for 3+ years, and the fabric didn't wear out nor got any punctures. So we think it is pretty impressive. And now we get a chance to compare the sleeping pads, so it is a positive side of it.
We'll start with the weight and size comparison. Forclaz MT500 Air has a significantly lighter weight compared to Hikenture, and their weight difference is about 100 grams. So Hikenture sleeping pad weighs 430 grams in size L, and it comes in regular and large size. The Forclaz sleeping pad comes in two sizes, L and XL. We have the pad in size L and it weighs 510 grams. The Hikenture sleeping pad compresses down to 26 by 9 cm, and Forclaz MT500 comes in a 1.7 liter case, and its dimensions are 10 by 22 cm when folded. The dimensions of the Hikenture when unfolded and inflated are 187 cm long, 56 cm wide, and 5.5 cm high. And Forclaz MT500 Air, 180 cm long, 52 cm wide, and 5 cm high. As we could see from the parameters of both pads, they are different. Hikenture being wider and longer, it is approximately the same on all sides, forming almost a perfect rectangle. And Forclaz MT500 is narrower and shorter, its widest part is at the head and the narrowest at the feet. Overall, it doesn't create a lot of discomfort, since the legs don't require much space and it is possible to find a comfortable position. Air pumps are not included with these two pads, and in our opinion, if you don't want to spoil the sleeping pads as we did, then you need to purchase a separate lightweight fabric air pump. Our experience has shown that nothing happened to the material for a very long time, but moss wound up inside from the moisture when inflating by mouth, which caused the destruction of the material. This way we destroyed two of our sleeping pads. Both the Hikenture and Forclaz sleeping pads have a safety patch in the kit for emergency repair. With Hikenture, unlike Forclaz, it is just a piece of the same material that makes up the sleeping pad. This is not a self-adhesive material, and you need to carry a special quick-drying rubber glue with you. Otherwise, this patch is useless. Forclaz comes with a self-adhesive, soft, stretchable patch, thus you don't need to think about carrying a special glue. The Forclaz bag has a handle, so it can be carried or hung, but on the Hikenture there is no handle. Let's compare now the valves these sleeping pads have. Forclaz has two special valves, one for inflation and one for deflation, which we think is a great solution. It is easier to inflate and deflate such pad. And if you need to adjust the air pressure in the pad, you can use the inlet valve. We touched on this topic in great detail in a separate review of Forclaz MT500 Air. You can easily find this review on our channel and check it out. Hikenture has one standard valve that serves both for inflating and deflating, that is not so convenient, especially when deflating the sleeping pad. This valve is constantly blocked and doesn't allow to quickly release air from the pad. Also, Forclaz has two valves located at the head, which we think is more convenient when releasing the excess air pressure, while the Hikenture valve is located at the feet. Forclaz pad has two different colors. On the back side of the valves it is gray, and on the front side it is blue. Hikenture has one uniform color, it is green on both sides. On the front blue side, Forclaz has anti-slip silicone pads located in 2 rows. This will help to prevent the sleeping bag from sliding and rolling down. That is especially important if you are camping on the slope. Hikenture doesn't have any anti-slip material and it is quite slippery in our experience due to it being very smooth. So the bag will be more prone to slip and you may roll off the sleeping pad if the slope where you camp will be significant. The shape of the sleeping pads is obviously different. Forclaz MT500 Air is made of 8 parallel tubes located next to each other that have the same shape and structure around the entire perimeter of the sleeping pad. Hikenture has a honeycomb or cellular shape instead, and in our humble opinion, this shape is preferable, since the body weight is distributed and positioned more evenly on such a pad. Also, it seems to have better adaptability to unevenness of the terrain. When you lie on the side on Forclaz MT500 Air, it feels like you are lying on the tube. Especially when it comes to the ribs, the tubes tend to dig into the ribs and create some discomfort. And if most of the time you are a side sleeper like us, this can be an important drawback. So this is something to keep in mind when choosing the sleeping pad. This of course is our personal feeling, and this shape can still suit someone nicely. We have no doubts about the quality of both pads. These are two high-quality pads made of durable material. There are also no complaints about the walls. Yes, they are of a different type, and Forclaz has a second additional wall while Hikenture has only one. But the Hikenture sleeping pad is made of a solid material, and the wall itself seems resistant and high quality, and it doesn't allow the air to pass through, even when it is open. Forclaz MT500 Air sleeping pad has the R value or thermal insulation value of 1.5, which makes it ideal for temperatures higher than 8 degrees Celsius, and we would recommend using it only for summer. It is made of 57% thermoplastic polyurethane and 43% polyester. The maximum stated weight of user for this pad is 125 kilograms. It has a 2-year warranty. Hikenture sleeping pad seems to be comparable in terms of how thick the material is and the height of the pad. It is made of the ripstop 20D nylon with a layer of TPU underneath and has an R value of 1.3, so it won't be able to provide the solid insulation from the cold ground, and the additional pad or mat is a must use. We always use the foam mat underneath such pads as Forclaz and Hikenture to prevent the puncture. You can buy the Hikenture sleeping pad on their website hikenture.com as well as on the amazon.com, and it costs around $40. Forclaz MT500 Air sleeping pad can be purchased on the Decathlon website of your country, and it currently costs £45 or €50 there. All the useful links will leave in the description below the video.
In this review we tried our best to share with you our experience with these two sleeping pads. We think they're both high-quality pads, and their main difference lay in the shape and type of wall they have. They have their pros and cons. We personally are more used to serral-shaped pads, so we may not be so objective in these regards, as our preference would go to Hikenture sleeping pad. But in the end, as always, the choice is up to you. We would recommend trying out both pads if possible, and then decide which one you prefer. It's especially easy if you have Decathlon store nearby to have a look at Forclaz pad.
Just keep in mind that the sleeping pad is a very important piece of equipment that defines the quality of the rest you get at night. So let us know what is your opinion about the sleeping pads, and have you tried them in use? Make sure to give this video a thumbs up if you found it helpful, and subscribe to our channel if you like this type of gear comparisons. And that's it for today's video. We'll see you very soon in the next one. Bye guys!
Bye.